Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, babies in their diapers, welcome to the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy.
That's me, Tiberius.
Today, we're going to talk about some very awesome stuff. We have a video about capturing doodles, a book about ancient history of the world, and we have a totally awesome guest. Today we have the one, the only, the amazing Daron Clark. Daron is a professional football player for the Orlando Predators.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be on the show with you today. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, and today we're going to start off with the video of the week, and it's going to be a doodle.
And now it's time for the video game of the week.
Today's video game is Doodle World. This game is made by Doodle World Studios. Because it's on Roblox, you are able to play it on PC, Mac, Xbox, and even your cell phone. And it is free.
Free is amazing.
This is the only game from Doodle World Studios, but it is fun. It is a Pokemon-style game, and it needs some help. So first off, I get in the game, and an intro pops up, and you get to select your Pokemon. Doodle. My bad. So just as expected, you are to go out and battle people with their doodles. But the fighting is very boring because it's usually just a one hit and win. The only time there is a real battle is the doodles from the main story. You're supposed to search around and find keys, and I cannot find any of them. But you get to use basic capsules to capture the doodles instead of Pokeballs. Very original.
Very.
Well, they have a Doodlepedia. And you can see the list of all the doodles that you've interacted with. But I did not stay in the game for long enough to find them at all. Yeah. Well, I think I only found like 18 or 20 of them.
18 to 20?
Yeah. Well, I give Doodle World 6 out of 10 stars because as much as I think it needs a lot of work to be really fun,
Nice.
They did spend a long time making the style of the game with good artwork. And I just really don't like being forced into a battle anytime the game wants. And I really like how they made a jungle-themed place.
That's nice.
Because it's in the jungle!
Yes, sir. We in the jungle.
Over 40 years, Lighthouse Central Florida has provided education, independent life skills, and job training to thousands of Central Floridians who live with blindness or any degree of vision loss. Whether it's picking out clothes in the morning or just moving around your community and serving Orange, Seminole, and Osceola counties, contact Lighthouse Central Florida at 407-898-2483 or visit them online at lighthousecfl.org.
And now it's time for the book of the week, History of the World, Kingdoms, and Empires. This book is written by Peter Bedrick. Numbers at the back of the book. In fact, Daron, would you like to do the honors?
Sure. The second volume in Peter Bedrick's book, Comprehensive New History of the World series, bring to life fantastic empires of the ruling raging from the mighty Alexander the Great to the spirit Chinese dynasty. Readers will discover what life was like in the ancient Greece, how Rome became a great empire, and how Japanese soldiers came and known as the samurai warriors.
Sweet. And this is an AR book that is worth only 2 points. It's rated for 6th grade and 8th month. This is kind of like a research book where you get to learn about different cultures and groups of people. So I learned about the Persian Empire that worshipped sky gods and did not have any temples. Instead, they would climb mountains and pray to their gods. They were good fighters and learned to make iron weapons, which is nice.
Nice.
I also learned about ancient Greece. They had rival cities, Athens and Sparta. Athens had culture and schools, and they developed studies in math and developed government with the people in mind. And Sparta was more like an army camp where both boys and girls did sports and were required to be fit so that they could go to war and support the army. Both cities used slaves to get the work done. I really really liked the Roman Empire the best. They made a government where people would give their opinions to the leader to vote on. They also invented ways to move water around the city, which freed up people having to carry water around. This gave people more time to study and learn new things. They also made roads to make it easier to travel faster around the city.
Nice.
Well, I give History of the World, Kingdoms, and Empires 7 out of 10 stars because it showed the timelines and so forth, but gave a small taste of each culture and left a lot out.
They left a lot out.
And now it's time for an interview of an interesting person. Today's guest is going to be so much fun. Today we have the one, the only, the amazing Daron Clark. Daron is a professional football player for the Orlando Predators.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. And so first off, how are you enjoying being on the show?
Man, I'm enjoying myself. It's fun to be here with you. You got a lot of energy. I love it.
Okay, so you are a professional football player for the NAL team, the Orlando Predators. How long have you been playing football?
I've been playing football since I was 6, but this is my 11th year professional.
So how did you get started playing football?
When I was young, I'm from a community in Atlanta called Vine City, and when I was young, I met Deion Sanders when he was playing for the Falcons. So he came to our team, and he watched us practice, him and a guy named Andre Rison. And ever since I met them, my life has changed. I love the game ever since then.
Okay, so how does one go from college football and transition to professional? Professional means you get paid, right?
Yes, sir. You have to do real good in your pro day. You have to show the scouts that you pro hope. You got to work hard. You got to stay focused in school, get your grades. And when you work hard, good things will come to you.
So a lot of people know about the NFL when it comes to football. But what are the other leagues and how are they different?
Oh, the NFL, you know, that's Sundays. We have the CFL in Canada. And we also have arena football, what I play in with Orlando
NAL.
Predators. Yeah, and you have the IFL that's on the West Coast, like with the Arizona Rattlers and teams like that.
Nice. What is the best part about being a professional football player?
Man, it's amazing. I love the kids. Just like you, man. You're a big fan. I love it, man. Every time we come out there, we see everybody roar. The ninth man. We have the Amway loud. It just be fun.
Yep. So what is the difference between indoor football and arena football?
It's the same, but in that league, in the indoor football, it's 2 motions. You know, like in our league, it's just one guy in motion. And in the National Arena League, it's one guy in motion. And we also have the Iron Man rule. Like, I play 2 sides. I play cornerback and I play receiver. So we able to, like, you know, play both sides of the ball and have fun.
I remember seeing one of those players where they're at the end zone and they start running as fast as they can.
Yeah.
And then when the quarterback sees them, they say hike to get the ball. And then they're not offside and go towards the other side where they can catch it.
Yeah, that's the high motion. So it give us an opportunity to read the defense as we running to run our routes. Everybody have a different assignment.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what type of football is more fun to do and why?
I fell in love with arena football when I first came here in 2011 with the Orlando Predators. It was very, very fun. The atmosphere in the Amway was very loud. The jungle, everybody loved the jungle. And that what made me fall in love with arena football because we can interact with the fans.
Cool. So what position do you play and why do you like that position?
I play wide receiver. I play DB, kick returner. I'm an athlete. So it's the Iron Man rule, like I was telling you. I'm able to play both sides of the ball and have fun with it. That's the fun part about football.
So you were the number 1. Is there a particular reason, or was that number that was just available when you grabbed the shirt?
Number 1 is a number I always been wearing since a kid. And I had a best friend named Nicholas Turner that I played with in high school. He was like one of the best running backs I ever played with in high school. And that's why I wear number 1.
Nice. Well, does it take a lot of training to be able to do this job?
Yes, you have to train every day. You have to work hard every day. You have to study every day. Like I tell kids that I train, football through the week is your job, and the game is fun.
I'm still struggling to do 1 pull-up.
Come work with me. I'll make you better.
Sweet. So what's the hardest part about being a professional football player?
To me, it's never hard. It's easy because the kids like you again, putting a smile on your face every day. That's the easiest part about it. And just studying the plays and making sure I know my assignment each and every week.
Mm-hmm. So kind of run me through it. What kind of tasks does a professional football player do on a normal non-game day?
Where I train every day. I train kids. I make sure I have my work done with my job off the field, my 9-to-5 job that I do using my degree. And I make sure I'm having a good day before practice, be energized and be ready to work and have a long, good practice.
So while you're at practice, what do you drink at practice?
Oh, I drink a lot of Gatorade. I love Gatorade. That's one of my favorite drinks.
Well, what is one thing that you think would make your job easier?
Well, to make my job easier, just being myself, like being a leader on and off the field, showing people it's ways to be great and there's ways to make mistakes, but you can fix your mistakes each and every day.
True.
Yeah.
And what is the one thing that you think a good football player has to do to be ready for the professional level?
Work hard every day. Get your grades in school. Be smart on and off the field. Motivate each other.
Wow. So what is your greatest achievement while working in this field?
Well, getting an opportunity to go to the national NFL level, working out for the Cleveland Browns, coming out of D2 school, Stillman College, and going to Canada to play, and being a professional for 10 plus years, and being able to show kids they can do what I'm doing.
Well, do you play any other sports?
Oh, yeah, basketball is my first love. I could play basketball better than football. I played baseball. I ran track. And, I love music. I know you like music.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really that good at sports, but my favorite sport is bowling.
Oh, yeah. I'm very competitive in bowling, too.
Ooh. Okay. So who helped motivate or inspire you the most in following your dreams?
My parents. My mom, my grandmother, my dad, and all the people that believed in me in my community. They made me follow my dreams.
Nice.
Yeah.
So of all of the famous football players in the world, who do you want to meet in person the most?
Yeah, when I was young, I told you I met Deion Sanders.
Yep.
My second person I want to meet is Allen Iverson. He made me work hard and just be an animal on the field as my size, being undersized. And Allen Iverson and another receiver in the NFL, Steve Smith.
So what is the craziest situation that you have run into while working in your passion?
Man, I remember playing here with the Orlando Predators, but we played against Jacksonville in the first round of the playoff. And then the next game, they played against the Georgia Force, Jacksonville did. And one of the guys, he got hold to the wall by the fans. That was the craziest thing I seen playing arena football. It was amazing, though, but I love the game. I love the fans.
Wow, yeah. Fans are the best part about playing football.
Yes.
But when you were a kid, what did you want to do when you grew up? Did you always know that you were going to work as a professional football player?
I always wanted to be an accountant. I love numbers. I always loved math growing up. It was always a good thing to know math because I think life is all about numbers.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, even this is all numbers.
Numbers.
Videos is numbers.
Numbers.
Computers are numbers.
Numbers.
Everything in this office is numbers.
Yeah.
Well, what advice would you give to my listeners if they want to go up and be a professional football player?
Come and get some Speedy World work. I teach you how to be a professional on and off the field. If you want to be a professional, you really got to put your mind to it and do what you're doing. Work
True.
hard. Yeah.
So what is the best reason for a kid to grow up and want to be in this vocation?
Man, it's great. It's something that you can always fall back on and talk about when you get older. Like me playing in Mexico, going to Canada and things like that. I can always talk about that when I get older and show kids that they are able to do whatever they want to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you could go back 10 years and tell yourself something, what would it be?
I tell myself the same thing I told myself when I looked in the mirror. Keep working. Keep grinding. Stay focused and be yourself.
What was the first job that you ever had?
My first job I ever had was working at Targets when I was in college overnight. And it was fun. I seen a lot of people like toys, Justin Bieber toys. It was cool.
Nice. Well, was there anything you learned from that job that helped you to be a better football player?
Teamwork. Like working overnight, we had to make sure everything was in order before the store opened. So it was a lot of teamwork. We had to get in the huddle and get everything going before the store opened.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are in a new season with the Predators.
Mm-hmm.
When is your next home game?
Our next home game is May 28th against San Antonio Gunslingers. Be there.
Why should my listeners run to the jungle and get a ticket to the next home game?
Because it's a loud, fun game. Everybody come out and just roar. We have fun all night.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And what is the biggest mistake you ever made? And how did it change you as a person?
Oh, man. Dropping a pass in a big game. I had to go look myself in the mirror. It was like in 2015. That's hard. So I had to really go look myself in the mirror and fix my mistakes and make sure I make the 50-50 catches.
True. So when you're not working as a professional football player, what do you do for fun?
Train kids. Make music. One of your favorites.
Nice. Do you play video games? And if you do, what's your favorite one?
My favorite video game is Madden. I love playing football.
Well, what's your favorite book to read?
When I was young, I used to read books about Spike Lee making movies.
Nice.
I like it. Yeah.
So what is your favorite charity that you like to support?
I like to support the lupus awareness because my grandmother had lupus, and I also like to help kids back where I'm from that have to grow up and try to go to college.
Nice. Okay. This might be hard, but can you tell me that one story? You know, remember, this is a kid show.
Mm-hmm.
That one story, well, that you're not supposed to tell me about. Come on, you can tell me.
It'll be tough, but I'm just going to say green eggs and ham. That's the only story I can tell you about.
Well, is there anything else you think my listeners should know about you?
Speedy World. If you want a good trainer, if you want to learn how to be a good athlete on and off the field, hit me up. Speedy World.
Do you have a website or Facebook for my listeners that want to follow you?
Yes, my Facebook is Daron Clark Jr. DaronClark Jr. And my Instagram is at RealDatBoyD. RealDatBoyd. And the website, you can go to www.speedyworld.com.
Sweet. And what is that one question that you think I forgot to ask you?
What city I'm from, high school, and what college?
Well, what are they?
Well, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I went to Booker T. Washington High School, and I went to Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Nice. Well, thank you, Daron, for being my special guest. Can you stick around for Math Corners?
Oh, yeah, we can.
Sweet.
The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of their dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering to trophies and awards. The cool part about Custom Designs is they can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373 and tell them that
Tiberius
sent you.
Tiberius' favorite subject, it's Math Corners!
Thank you, Daron, for helping me with Math Corners. This week, we are doing some more multi-step word problems. You know my dad loves showing me how math can be used in the real world. Today, we're going to talk about buying some ingredients. So, Paula invited some friends to dinner, and she plans to make fajitas.
Nice.
At the grocery store, she spends $2.56 on red bell peppers and $1.92 on green bell peppers. If both types of bell peppers cost $1.60 per pound, how many total pounds of bell peppers did she buy? So this is actually a real world situation because people do need to buy food all the time and figure out how much to buy for a certain number of people and so forth. First, we make an equation. We know how much she spent on peppers. $2.56 plus $1.92. So that goes on one side of the equation. Then the other side is the price per pound and then the variable. So now you want to know the number of pounds. Well, we know the price per pound is $1.60 and that times X or the number of pounds. Now we just have to solve it. So first we add the amount of value of the peppers and we get $4.48 total. And that equals $1.60x. Now we divide by $1.60 and we get 2.8 pounds total. That was way easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So Darren, do you not know all about solving multi-step word problems?
I'm good at it. I just had to, add the problem up.
Well, my teacher says that I would use math every day. Do you use math while working as a professional football player?
Yes, knowing your down and distance on the field, knowing how deep your routes is, numbers.
Thank you so much, Darren, for your help with Math Corners.
You're welcome.
MidState Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call MidState Fire today at 407-246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855.
And now it's time for the Heart of a Lion. As you know, we talk about the qualities of living by the heart of a lion, which stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and nobility. Well, this week, we're going to talk about nobility. For me, I think nobility is remembering we are God's special possessions and acting in a noble way, showing courage and honor. The qualities of nobility are goodness, virtue, honor, generosity, and selflessness. So all during school with my friend Cash, during lunch, he would give me his real tasty make-good bar. And now he really likes them, but so do I. And most of the time, I would try to trade him for something he likes better, like gummy bears or Oreos. Sometimes I don't have any cool for him, but he would be generous enough to give me the bar anyway because I was having a bad day. This was selfless and very cool of him. He's really a good friend. So Darren, did you see or use nobility at all this week?
Yes, I did. One of my teammates, he needed a ball to give a fan after he scored a touchdown, and I gave him one.
Wow. Well, of all of the Heart of a Lion virtues, which virtue do you think my listeners need to know about the most?
Leadership. Learn how to be a leader, because people will follow you, and that's how you become a winner.
Well, we should always try and be lion strong in everything we do, shouldn't we?
Yes, sir. Shall always be lion strong, be a king.
Yes, sir. And that's our show, folks. I want to thank the one, the only, the amazing Daron Clark for being on my show. It has been so much fun talking with you today. I think we learned a lot about what it is like to be a professional football player, and I can't wait to see you play at the next game in the jungle with your Orlando Predators.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm ready to have fun. The next home game, May 28th, y'all be there. Go check out my website, www.speedyworld.com. Go check out my IG page, Real Dat Boy D, RealDatyBoyd, and Daron Clark Jr. on Facebook.
Sweet. And also you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at The Tiberius Show. And please be sure to visit The Tiberius Show on YouTube and like and subscribe. Also, be sure to listen to us next week on The Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy. That's right, and booyah.